Welcome, everybody, to the LIPSEY'S Aim Higher podcast. We've got the boys from Q here today. We've got David Tanos and we've got Cody Osborne. To my left is Jason Klossner, and I am Rob Everzino in the middle. And Chris, our executive producer, decided to get rid of the table, leaving me very exposed. I feel very exposed right now, so I'm hugged up on this honey badger, which is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty good excuse to
Gives me something to do with my hands. But boys, welcome. How are we doing?
Welcome. I was kind of expecting like a lead-in song that you were going to sing.
Some walk-up music?
Yeah, for
I know. I got some Chris Stapleton queued up or something cool, you know? So you guys came in to do some training with the sales staff today.
We did. Yes, sir.
How'd it go? Responsive?
Yeah,
Very good.
I think it went well.
We need to yell at anybody?
No,
Jason.
Everyone, Jason? Okay.
Yeah,
All
he
right,
showed up late, you know.
They do everything quiet. They don't have to yell.
Yeah. Well, look at all the suppressors.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got all kinds of props sitting around today. We're going to get into some of these rifles. We'll get into the suppressors. I guess we can kick it off with the 8.6 though. That's kind of the hot topic, I guess, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
So go ahead. Let's chat about it.
Yeah, if people don't know, you know, our owner, founder, Kevin Brittingham, and one of our chief engineers as well, Ethan, you know, they created the 300 Blackout back in the day, which is pretty widely known, I think.
Of course.
A mild success.
Yeah, but, you know, we always want bigger, better, you know,
sure,
cooler stuff. So,
yeah.
So we developed the 8.6 Blackout, and we've been pioneering this new cartridge and this new thought process in ammo, really, because the 8.6 goes hand in hand when we talk about it with fast twists as well. And when we talk about fast twist, like our guns are 1 and 3. So we are spinning that bullet very fast. But essentially it's a 338 bullet made to be super and subsonic. Right? So you can go from 210 grain supers all the way up to a 400 grain subsonic, all on the same platform.
Wow.
And all short barreled as well.
Yeah.
And it is dead quiet.
Yeah.
Right? Now, capability wise on subsonic stuff, you know, lethality, it's hard to get, right? A lot of people need that linear velocity to get the bullet to perform. That's what this fast twist does. 8.6, I'll just tell you flat out of the gate, man, we've killed Cape Buffalo with it. We've had hundreds of kills on 8.6 in development of this cartridge. And not only just to stick it in a bolt gun and go hunting, but to use it for military purposes as well. This is a round that can take down a Cape Buffalo and be in a 8 or 12 inch full auto platform suppressed.
Yeah.
Like, name another cartridge that can do that.
No,
you know?
That's like insane versatility.
It is, and it fits in a standard SR25 pattern magazine.
Yep.
So you don't have all this performance and then don't have a avenue to actually deliver it, which is really what's cool, which I think Q does a great job of doing, is looking at what are the delivery systems, including the magazine,
right,
you know, barrels, platforms, and then let's also make sure this cartridge works with that, because we talked about that before. There's certain cartridges out there that are really cool and really do a great job and fit a niche, but then it's hard to get it to work in a gun.
Right.
It's just not designed to work with
the right
existing
vessel.
platforms. Exactly.
Yeah, I love your 3-round capacity, you know, but I want more, right?
Yeah,
you know,
right.
like,
exactly. So this 8.6 deal is pretty neat. You know, it's funny that people, the fast twist, they think of that as just as an avenue to be able to stabilize the long, heavy subsonic rounds. But I think what was really interesting about this is how they found how it increased the lethality of those rounds exponentially. I know Kevin has spent a lot of time in Africa, and even a couple years ago when Chris, our Q buyer, and I were up at the factory, at the time we were talking to him about it, and he's like, man, we're really figuring out some interesting things with this fast twist that we did. It was kind of a byproduct of just stabilization. So, and they have definitely been taking the time to go out and validate that in the field for sure.
Yeah, that's the big thing. The difference between looking at like paper statistics and ballisticians and all stuff. Like, yes, I understand like energy, and some of the stuff does not make sense. But from experience of, like I said, going out there and testing these things in the field and in gel and whatever, you know, the performance is crazy. You know, like I said, I just got back from a hunt in West Texas, and, you know, had a little situation, or U started coming around, and, you know, they were allowing me to shoot one ram and one U, and she was about to bump me on this massive ram that I wanted. I was out at distance, and I had a 12-inch 8.6 suppressed, and I swapped over to subs and tagged her at like 135 yards. She dropped, and like none of the other sheep even knew what was going on.
Wow.
And then I swapped over to supers and took my ram at like 380 or 400.
Wow.
And yeah, just drops them, man. It's crazy what it does. Yeah. And it's just countless animals, you know, and, you know, we're going to do a good job here over the next year, like documenting and showing all of these kills that we have on animals, kind of prove that, because you've always got haters, you know, and they're going to talk, because it doesn't make sense. It's different. It's different from what the industry norm is and what they've thought. But yeah, there's better rounds at particular things, right? Distance or whatever, you know, but it's like, yeah, can you feed it through a magazine? Is the gun 12 pounds? You know, I don't want to carry around that either. So this is the best combination of everything. Like I said, you go out there and kill a Cape Buffalo with a 12-inch barrel suppressed gun. Yeah. Yeah. That's the crazy part.
How long is the round been, I guess, in development?
Man, it's been a little while. What do you say, David?
Yeah, it's been a minute. I mean, the thought has been around since the Kevin's AAC 300 Blackout days.
So a while, yeah.
A while.
Yeah.
But in terms of active work, I don't know, like there may be 5 years.
Okay.
5 years, yeah.
And what's you've got to go through some pretty specific testing, I guess, to get it to make it official, I guess, so to speak, right?
Yeah, it's weird. So you got to get it SAMI approved for it to be mass, you know, like basically mass produced, I would say, here in the U.S.
Right.
But you got so many like wildcat guys out there. Like I said, it's become one of our #1 selling SKUs.
Yeah.
You know, the 8.6 in both semi-auto with the Boombox and with our fix and the bolt gun. And these are people that are spending over $3,000, you know, on a rifle.
Yeah.
And then going out and finding these niche ammo manufacturers. And these niche ammo manufacturers are helping drive the momentum of 8.6 because they're doing a lot of testing and development themselves. And we're working hand in hand with all of them. Anybody that wants to come make 8.6, man, we supply everything you need. You know, the drawings, we have engineers to help you.
All open source.
Yeah, we don't care, man. We just want it. We think it's a better round for hunters and military and all that stuff. So we want everybody to have it.
So it's still kind of in its sort of genesis phase, I guess, even though it's been out for, you know, a few years or in development for a little while.
Yeah, it takes a little while.
Yeah, but I mean, it's obviously being welcomed by the market. You know, maybe slow and steady, or maybe not so slow. You know,
that's what's funny about it is like, you know, like I said, the industry norm will fight it as much as possible, but the consumers want it, man, and they're buying it. So, you know, we'll supply it. And, you know, as much as maybe it doesn't make sense for some people on paper, like in the field, man, it's performing.
Yeah, we don't do stuff for the paper.
Yeah.
Right.
And already our YouTube channel is a testament to 8.6. Like, we can tell you about it. You can see for yourself.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to expand upon that, but already, like, and you don't just have to limit it to our YouTube channel and just go on YouTube or your preferred video platform and type in 8.6 Blackout Hunt. And again, I can tell you about it. You can see for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like even some of our more development, so the shortest barrel that we currently have right now for 8.6 is an 8-inch version of that in the fix.
Is that the mini fix right here?
That'd be just the standard fix.
Oh, okay.
We have an 8-inch. It's about that length. That's an 8-inch 300 Blackout.
Gotcha.
Over there, but now we've got, you know, guns in the future. We got one we're playing around with called the lunchbox gun. We call it that because you could fit it in a lunchbox. It's a 4-inch barrel fix, so folded up and with a can on it. It is just dead quiet.
Wow.
And with a 4-inch barrel, like while Jason was over in Africa this last trip, our engineers were over there, and everyone says, yeah, they get to go hunt. We like to hunt. Well, that's why we're in the industry.
Sure.
Like, we will take pay cuts just so we get to go hunt and shoot, right? That's why we work in this industry. So, and our engineers, they're over there testing that lunchbox gun, and Mitch, the guy around that, toted it around and took a kudu. I think he was like 250 or 280 or something like that. I may be mistaken. And then the fallow as well.
It's like 350.
350.
With the new lunchbox gun?
With a 4-inch barrel.
4-inch barrel.
250 yards?
Yeah.
He shot a fallow deer, I think right at 350 with it. Which is insane. Yeah. I mean, I saw the gun and it was just like, seriously?
Yeah.
I mean, this is it. But I mean, it works. And I've in 27 years in being in the industry, I've never seen more enthusiasm or excitement around a cartridge that wasn't SAMI approved.
Yeah.
And people willing to spend, you know, a lot of money, but, you know, hey, look, when you buy one of these guns, you're buying a very nice gun.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they spend a lot of money on a gun that shoots a cartridge that's not really as readily. You can't go to Cabela's and just go find 15 different choices of ammunition. You're probably going to have to be a little, you know, go out and try to source ammo from different people.
Yeah.
But people are doing it. And I mean, we can't keep the boom boxes in stock.
Yeah.
Even if not yet being SAMI approved, it's getting to point now as a dealer, you can find several sources to keep your shelf stocked.
Yeah.
As a consumer, definitely. And it's been like that for a while now, where as a consumer, you go online, you know, type in 8.6 Blackout, and you're going to find a lot of quality boutique manufacturers. And yeah, they may be small, but
it's probably the majority of their
ammo.
business, I would have to think.
Yeah, they make good ammo. They
Well, this
really
is the
do.
deal, too. This is one of those cartridges that when you know, like when Cody was talking about dangerous game hunting, people who buy 416s and 458s, there's a lot of people that do it. Do they ever really shoot them that much? No. This gun, you will not want to stop shooting it.
Yeah.
It's so much fun to shoot. When Chris and I went up there a couple years ago, went out to Kevin's range, and they brought out an identical 8-inch 300 Blackout mini fix and an 8-inch regular fix in 8.6. He says, I want y'all to have them both suppressed, both shooting subs. So I want you to pick one up and shoot it, and I want you to pick up the other one and shoot it, and just get a real, true side-by-side comparison. Like, okay. And one shooting a 220 grain subsonic, and one shooting, I think at the time he had some 395s or something. They're right at 400 grain subsonics. So you shoot the 300, pick up the 8.6, you could not tell a difference.
Wow.
Not only in recoil or in noise. The only where you could tell a difference is when that bullet hit that steel plate, if it wasn't at least 5x more impact on that plate, I mean, it was noticeable.
Yeah.
I mean, you were hitting it with some authority.
Yeah.
But recoil and sound wise, it's a 300 Blackout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's there's not often in the ballistic world you get a free lunch.
Yeah.
You get it there.
Yeah.
I mean, you literally get it there.
And that's the thing about it is like the only thing that you're having to take into account now is like we know like with this fast twist, if you get that bullet on target, it doesn't matter the distance. It's got enough. It maintains its lethality to take down the animal or whatever, right? It's just learning that drop. You know, if shooting a fallow at 350 yards out of a 4-inch barrel subsonic gun, you've got to know the drop. And there's a lot of drop on a subsonic, you know, but usually when you slow down that much, like, you know, 6.5, once you reach your, you know, velocity, or it's just not going to perform. It's just going to poke a 6.5 hole in there, you know, and the 8.6 and its fast twist, like, doesn't matter. It's slow on purpose, you know, and it's still opening up, doing its damage and causing lethality to bring down very big animals and show that it works. So
it's worth noting that rotational velocity doesn't degrade the same way linear velocity does. Like you can shoot out, again, you're lobbing the bullet, but you shoot out 700 yards with subsonic 8.6, that thing's still spinning fast, and that helps the bullet deform on impact immediately and consistently. And you got this the 338 slug opening it up into this 1H monstrosity of a turbine, you know, out of a 12-inch 8.6 fix, subs spinning at 250,000 RPM. Supers, 500,000 RPM.
Wow.
Again, out of a 12-inch 1-3 twist barrel. It's incredible what it does. It's incredible.
And that's what you have to think about. You got to visualize a 338 diameter bullet that weighs 400 grains it's about the same length as probably a 300 Blackout is overall.
Yeah.
And so just a bullet projectile. So when you get that thing opening up, if you skive that bullet to where it'll open, I mean, you're getting petals that expand way over an inch at its full opening. Then they start to peel back. Yeah. But you get a real, and those petals are open in between, so you get that cutting effect as that bullet is spinning in between those petals. Yeah. So it's really impressive. I mean, Kevin showed us a bunch of the projectiles that they, it got out of big animals. I mean, I was really, really impressed with what that was doing at 1,050 feet per second out of the muzzle.
And some of the crazy stuff is some of our development with some like military ammo companies and stuff, and what we're getting out of it, because like shooting it out of a bolt gun, cool. Shooting out a full auto gun, even cooler, right? And now with this fast twist and these things, we've posted videos on our Instagram and stuff on this, but we're getting level 4 armor piercing capability out of subsonic ammo. It doesn't even make sense in people's mind. Like usually you have to go fast to get through it. You know?
Small diameter and super speed.
Now we're throwing a 338 bullet at less than 1,000 feet per second and penetrating level 4 armor. That's awesome. That's the capability at a full auto.
So tell us a little bit about the Boombox.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's get into the guns. I
That's
know
the gun that, it's funny. You can always tell after a sales training, you can always kind of gauge how the sales training went. Is I can hear the sales guys talking, I need to get one of these. I need to get one of those. There's like, it's not about what they're going to go sell that day. It's about what they're going to go buy that day. So that's how you know they really like something.
Yeah.
And I've probably heard Boombox more this morning than I did all through the 80s. So tell us a little bit about
that's the hot ticket right now.
It's the coolest gun on the market, honestly, and it's the most innovative gun on the market too. Because when you look at it here, looks like an AR.
Yep.
Which there's a lot of familiarity there. It sells the gun, right? Of
course.
But it is not an AR. Mitch, our main engineer, just worked years of his life on this. A lot of hours to get this going, but sub 6 pounds. So, but look at it. It takes a SR25 magazine. It's an AR-10 style, right? When you look at it, but Q-Cert handguard, it's phenomenally stiff and everything. So you can maintain if you mount any of your lasers, all that stuff on. It's very stiff. But if you just look at it a whole 12-inch 8.6 Blackout, very compact, very light, very ultralight, and made to be run suppressed. But you look at it from all, it looks cool, right? It's got the clear anodization finish on it, 7075, it's got all that, but all the reasons why this gun is $4,400 is in details, right? So if you look at the charging handle design on here, a lot of the problems on these like AR-10 style semi-autos and full autos is they come unlatched. The charging handle comes unlatched on this. And I know Mitch spent 6 or 8 months of his life like re-engineering and making that better where it would actually function and not come unlatched. So one of the small details there.
Yep. You'll notice that little steel insert in the receiver.
Yep. There's a dampener there and a steel insert and a redesigned charging handle there to make sure that thing does not unlatch under full auto fire.
You're talking about there's no.
Yep. Yeah, and if you
no, travel, no wiggle, doesn't come loose.
If you see here, we have like a steel insert right there, and then there's a rubber dampener right there as well to take out the vibration of it. So so the thing stays locked up.
Yeah.
To our bolt carrier group on the inside here is 2-piece bolt carrier group, which doesn't make sense, but it allows us to be very precise on our manufacturing at that point. And what we call the ass end, you can bleep that out if you want, but that's actually the name of the product if you look it up.
Not surprised.
Right?
with Q, the bleep button might come out a bunch.
Yeah, for sure. But it's actually filled with little small tungsten balls. And so as that bolt carrier goes back, those tungsten balls go to the back using momentum. But then as it goes forward to feed the round and then lock up into the chamber, so the momentum, right, from the spring will push it in. And then those balls, because its momentum is driving it forward, they catch, hit, and give it an extra lockup as well. So that's the reliability aspect of it. Adjustable gas block system, too. But if you look at this top rail here, we do it in a 7075 aluminum, too. It's kind of screwed in, so it kind of gives you one continuous piece, but it also creates the stiffness that you need as well.
Yeah.
So, so you can pry on this thing. The way they've got it locked up down here at the bottom, and then use this continuous rail across the top, makes it that stiff where you're not having any type of point of impact shift on laser mounting or any of that stuff. And then the Q-Cert handguard, which is, we look at M-Lock, and it's a great source, and it's open source and everything, but it could be improved, I don't know if any of y'all tried to mount M-Lock accessories. It's annoying as hell trying to get it all mounted right. These,
so the look is similar, but what's the functional difference?
So stronger and then easier to mount, basically.
Okay.
When you look at this, and allows us to be a lot lighter weight. So, so you'll get a significant weight reduction by running Q-Cert on this side of it. So, but like I said, super easy to mount anything to it. But the devil's in the details on this thing. Like I said, when you pick it up and you're like, all right, I can go, 0 to 700, 800 on supers and 0 to 400 on subs on the same platform, and is wild.
That is wild.
Yeah. And, even just getting into the cans and stuff like that, like our muzzle device system and with the tapered thread system on here. So our barrels are tapered for the muzzle device, so it self-aligns and keeps it tight where you're not having a rock set and all that stuff on there. And then 2, our muzzle devices are tapered for the suppressors as well. So you can see this one's been shot a little bit when you shoot a lot more. This whole front part will be black and the back half will be completely clean. So that means carbon is not going back past those tapers to get on your threads and lock up your can. So And then it keeps everything self-aligned, so less chance of baffle strikes and all that stuff based on, cockeyed things. So
it's like a legitimate system. I mean, the way that all three pieces kind of work in concert.
And that's as simple as it is. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey.
Yeah, it's great.
You don't need to shoot it off. No need for 14 secondary latching mechanisms to keep it on.
Yeah.
Like, that's as simple as it can be and arguably should be.
Yeah.
And like reverse threads and all this other stuff. Like it's simple. It works. It doesn't come loose while you're shooting and that stuff. So yeah, I mean, when you look at this platform as a whole, like I said, like when you talk about versatility, like there's nothing else like it out there. And the amount of lethality you get out of it too. So
there really isn't. I mean, there's
nothing. I said I've never imagined a world of a gun that I could go take a Cape Buffalo down and then run it, like go out on the range and do a full auto demonstration on that round.
Yeah.
A 5.5 pound gun.
Yep. And then watch people literally just dead flat the entire time.
Right. And hand it to somebody who's a novice shooter.
Yeah.
Who's maybe super recoil sensitive, maybe has shoulder issues, and still be able to harness that kind of power in a gun that's that shootable.
Yeah. It's really like.
Yep.
It's funny, a couple of guys and I were talking not long ago. It's like, man, where was 8.6 when we had our kids were little and we were, the dads are struggling trying to find that cartridge to hunt, let their kids hunt with. It's not going to beat them up.
Yeah.
And especially when my two older ones were really young, because that really was before the big suppressor craze when everybody was having suppressors. And so, everybody was 300 Blackout or 30-30 or 223s. And it was like, man, 8.6 would have been the perfect or cartridge to get kids started with.
And it's already, you're seeing that. Like I've got people calling me all the time, and I don't even know how they find out about 8.6, because it's like people that I know that, they don't follow all the gun tube pages and all this stuff. But man, they just hear it through the grapevines. It's word of mouth. And when you find out like the lethality of this, and you think of it from a southern hunter's perspective, right? Whitetail and hogs, and you're shooting 0 to 200 yards, 250 yards. Good Lord, man! Like there's nothing like it. Like quiet, small, pack it around wherever you go, throw in the back of your, Polaris, whatever, easy, and take down anything you shoot at with some lethality behind it.
And you don't need barrel lengths to get that.
No.
Which is crazy. I mean, obviously you can do it with a 4-inch barrel.
Yeah.
You guys proved it.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like we like, the fix, you look at the folding stock stuff. We like to carry the guns on our chest, very military style, but from hunting, I don't know, like traditional style bolt guns and things like that. And you're like slinging the rifle over your shoulder and you're trying to like walk and hike up a mountain or whatever, and it's sliding off. Like it's just always mounted on you, nice and light. You get a long barrel gun.
It's so compact. This is so compact. I mean, just putting your hand around it, normally, it's like, I mean, this thing is amazing. Let's get into the fix. I know last time you were here, we kind of ran through this. It's been 2 years, I guess.
Yes.
So we can recap it again, but let's run through this one real quick, man.
Yeah.
So I'd say the fix is what a modern bolt action rifle could and should be, to keep it short. Many great guns out there, great bolt guns out there. Most of them are iterations on, like a Remington 700 style action in a chassis. And while that can be done very, very well, that's absolutely not what we did here. So for the fix,
whatever is popular and everyone else is doing, we didn't do any of that.
In a sense, it all kind of started with the mag at the time development started. The best commercially available option was the Magpul's Gen 3 SR25 style mag. And that's kind of where we started. Like we knew we wanted something that is commercially available and feeds reliably.
Yeah.
And the gun, in a sense, was kind of based around that. And, you have this 45-degree bolt throw that is unique to Q. And again, it's something that I can talk about at length and I can show you on video, but you really do have to feel it and experience it. And once you do, it's hard to put it down. It's, a throwback to driving a manual.
Yeah.
There's a connection between man and machine there that's just like an invigorating experience. You want to keep, you just want to play. You just want to play.
Yeah.
And not to say that it's just a fun range toy, because it's far more capable than that. All that being said, like we can talk at length, but ultimately it's the actual shootability of the fix that I think really makes it great. details like Cody mentioned, like carry it on your chest, and you have something that, competes with your 12-pound plus, 20-inch plus gun that you used to be carrying under 6 pounds with, at this length with a can on there, and you can take anything up to Cape Buffalo with it. Like, that just sounds like a lie. Like, again, like, you don't have to believe me, and you don't even have to limit yourself to just Q content on our YouTube channel.
Sure.
8.6 speaks for itself, but in terms of what's the best delivery mechanism, like, ultimately, if you're a hunter and you want to hunt and this matters to you, then this is the best delivery mechanism for 8.6.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you look at it, like, I was like, hunted all over. You go out west and you hunt in the south, and then you go to Africa and all this stuff. And it's crazy when you get into this, because like just having that ultra lightweight and that folding stock capability, you're getting in and out of a Land Cruiser over in Africa, like it's night and day difference. You go out west, and I always kind of put this in perspective of like, this is what the customer actually wants, but everyone was scared to do it.
Yeah.
Because you look at what a Western hunter will pay for a friggin' backpack, and pay $800 for a backpack, and then buy all this ultralight gear, a jacket that he'll spend $700 on and wear it for 5 days on a 5-day elk hunt, and then pack it for the next year. And it's like, they'll do all that, and then you'll grab a big, heavy 12-pound gun that's long and strap it to your backpack, and then it's like a flag.
It sounds like a good idea until you do it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And so as soon as you start packing this thing with you, you realize like it's part of your kit and your system too. Like it's easy to get around. It's easy to still hike mountains, and easy to get up in and out of deer blinds, and in and out of the Land Cruiser and stuff like that. It's just practicality. Once you hunt with it once, it may look crazy to you if you've come from a traditional bolt action, hunting gun, because this doesn't look like your granddad's hunting gun, whole little campaign we had there. But, that's what puts it in perspective. And two, you're not locked into it. You spend, $3,500 on this gun or whatever, and you buy it. So you want to go traditional. You want to go like 308, 16-inch 308. It's 3 screws and a barrel swap. And they use the same mag. So you can go from 308 to 6.5 Creedmoor to 8.6 Blackout. You can change barrel links and hand guards and all that stuff. So
in under 10 minutes on your tailgate.
Wild,
dude,
man. I mean, that's wild.
Like truly, like all you need is a T25 and the barrel nut tool. They come packaged together.
Yeah.
And you can break this down to the last itty bitty bits and pieces.
Yep. And so, mini fix with the AR-15 mag, so 5.56, 300 Blackout, stuff like that. The fix, 308, 6.5, 8.6, things of that nature. Got Mega Fix coming. If you look around on our Instagram and stuff, you'll see plenty of Mega Fix content, which is our Magnum stuff. And that's where, like, imagine this platform and, 300 Win Mag, 7 PRC, that kind of stuff, like you really start changing the game, at that point. So, this is, once you hunt with it once, man, it's hard to do anything else.
What I like about it too is everything was designed to be a chassis from the beginning. You see a lot of other chassis guns out on the market, but they're traditional actions that were in traditional stocks that they have then retrofitted to a chassis. So you get a lot of extra weight just from the action being built around a traditional wood or synthetic stock.
Yeah.
Those type of bedding lugs and all these kind of things that you have to deal with. Whereas the fix and the mini fix, it was designed to be that from the very beginning. So they eliminate a bunch of the superfluous type of things as weight and bulk and dimensions to it. So it's really, I'm a traditional hunting rifle guy, but I love the fix and the mini fix because for a chassis, it's designed really, really nice, and it's super thin. It's basically, it feels like you're carrying a modern day Winchester 94 to me, because it's got that. You could carry that gun in a saddle scour and it wouldn't be bulky.
Exactly.
Like a traditional bolt gun.
It's so slender and svelte, just every bit of it. And there's nothing without purpose. And like I said before, I use the word system. System gets thrown around a lot. But every inch of that gun is just so well thought out. It's like a great song. No wasted notes. You know, there's nothing that doesn't belong. And
and they get a great trigger too.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like you look at it, like chassis guns. When this gun came out, like 6-7 years ago, something like that. Like chassis guns weren't quite a thing in our industry, right? Like it's too crazy. It's very tactical looking. Hunters wouldn't dare do like that stuff,
Right.
Like we came out with this and this looked like a space blaster or something, you know?
Yeah.
And, but now look at the industry and where it's transitioned to,
Yeah.
you know,
Yep.
and what this gun did. But
Precision rifles and, you know.
yeah, they want to mimic the stock because it is functional, right? It is utilitarian, but it's, you know, premium at the same time because the action is the chassis, you know? It's like you're not having to try to retrofit things,
Right.
you know? So
And I tell you, one of the real engineering marvels of that rifle too is the stock.
Yes.
That gun.
Yeah.
It is so easy to adjust, and it, you know, again, uses that same T25, you know, driver. So it's one tool to make everything. And because on my mini fix, I've played with different optics and different things, and it was so easy to adjust that comb for whatever optic I was using. Easy to adjust the length of pull for if one of my kids was shooting it. And it's all intuitive. It's all easy. You don't need to take the owner's manual out to go figure it out. I mean, it's not only a well thought out package, but it's thought out for somebody to be able to use or service that gun in the field.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
I do think we have, like, Nick Schaefer was the man behind this gun, and like our engineers are the best. Like, and I've been in this industry for a while, and I will clearly say any day, like even outside, like they're the best engineers, you know, because like it is the details and stuff. You look at the latch design on this thing, like look at folding stocks in the market before the fix, and even currently now, people still can't figure it out. They rattle. You know, as soon as they get dirty or snow or iced or something like that, they don't work anymore. Like everyone's always changing them, trying to make them better. This has been the same latch system since we launched it, you know.
Yeah.
Like it just works like nonstop. And like some of our oldest rifles that, you know, my personal one is like 6 years old or 7 or something. It's been Africa a few times and all over the West, and it locks up just as tight, doesn't rattle at all as it the day I got it out of the box. You know, and that's what you're buying, man, you know, so, but yeah, our engineers, they do it right, man. It ain't, and I always say this, like in our industry, like sales and marketing guys like David and myself and stuff, like they'll drive a lot of product development and things. And you tend to just look at the market and be like, well, we could sell this, right? From a dealer perspective too. Like, you know, we could add this caliber or this color and we could sell this, and you go, and you kind of lose your innovation. You know, and at Q, like it's not driven by me and David and stuff. We'll make recommendations and we'll talk, you know, but our engineers are mad scientists, and they're back there creating the things that I couldn't even tell you. You know,
even our professional end users, like they're not asking for subsonics that pierce level 4 body armor. That doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It doesn't make sense.
Right.
Like our engineering team present those new capabilities to them, and they are very excited to hear about it.
What they all shoot and they hunt like crazy. Like I said,
I don't know about he field tests their stuff more than you guys. I mean,
look at these guns. I mean, who doesn't want to shoot these all day? I mean, they're really
especially
cool.
that one right there.
Let's get into this guy here.
Yeah, you see passion in our guns, right? This industry is fun, you know, and it should be fun.
Should be. Yeah.
Yep. And you see, you know, other products out there that tell, like, somebody just had to make that for the sake of making it, you know? Like, not this stuff. So
You can also tell when it's designed by committee.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's another thing. So, but yeah, man, you know, this is the mini fix here. But this is a cool thing too. Is this is the new silencer. And it's ain't even out yet. We're filming this and we're showing it. Like, yeah, this can't even. Oh, we don't care, man. Just go buy it when it comes out, please. Now this is the new Speakeasy can. So we got a new stainless steel cans here, as I'll let David allude to. But yeah, 2 different lengths, and it is the most quiet can we've ever made for subsonic 300 Blackout and 308 30 cal stuff. So it is crazy. I'll let him kind of talk more about the details on that side of it.
Yeah. So many are already familiar with the Trash Panda and Thunder Chicken. Here we got the Blind Tiger and Speakeasy, the respective comparable stainless steel options, and they are less expensive to the end user. They are also quieter, and there's other benefits as well, like you get some sparking with titanium that, you know, if you're shooting under night vision can be an issue. Not the case with stainless steel. Also with our engineering team, they developed a deep stamping process for making these conical baffles that are stacked and laser welded for making these. And these baffles, again, they don't have to be quite as thick. They don't have to be built up quite as thick as the titanium does to resist erosion and result in a very durable can. So you even have more internal volume in there, not to mention the iteration on baffle geometry. So with a comparably weight that's a can that's of comparable weight, you have something that is significantly quieter. The tone is also markedly better. And again, it's also less expensive. You're getting more for less here. And that is the story of Q. Like for most manufacturers, that doesn't make sense. Why would you do that?
Right.
We do it because it's better. We do it because we learn things and our engineers can't help themselves. Like if it can be done better, it will. It will. And, you know, that happens across the board. Like lessons learned during Boombox development are being integrated into the Honey Badger line. Like the Honey Badger, from a sales guy perspective, it's a cash cow.
Yeah.
Leave it alone. Stop spending money.
Yeah.
Let me sell it. No. Like they learn things and they're making something that was great even better. And that's the thing.
It's a cornerstone product for you guys that really needs no enhancement, frankly, but
in a sense,
but apparently that's not the case, which is great.
Yeah, and you know, once you learn about these improvements that can be had, then you get the itch, like, oh my God, like let's do it.
Yeah.
And it's that kind of excitement that I think all of us who work at Q are here for. Like, it's not just this dollars and cents driven thing.
Sure.
Like the innovation and the systems approach that a lot of companies speak about are actually part of Q DNA. It's very real as it gets. And yeah, it's really cool. With stuff like these new cans, it's one of those things where I can keep talking about it.
Yeah.
But LIPSEY'S, you'll let people know when they're available, and
we'll send one down so we can shoot it, man.
Yeah, we'll do. We'll
Take it. We'll take it out there, huh?
Yeah, you were saying the weight difference is
it's marginal. It's I again, like we don't really focus on paper specs that don't mean much, but I think it's something like 1.5 ounces difference between the Speakeasy and the Trash Panda. So those are comparable in terms of size. And again, like it's about 1.5 ounces heavier maybe for the Speakeasy. Like if you're very athletic and coordinated, you can hold the two and tell that there's a weight difference.
Yeah.
Once it's on your gun, especially with an optic and you know, loaded mag.
And the Trash Panda that's titanium, right?
The Trash Panda and Thunder Chicken are titanium.
Yeah.
And again, we figured out a way to do it better with steel, and we are doing it better with steel. And that said, you know, we make these great systems. The Trash Panda standalone remains a great system. Put it on a Honey Badger, you're going to have a great time.
Yeah.
And you're going to have a very capable can. But again, as we learn things and as we continue improving, we can't help but push that into product.
Yeah. And this Speakeasy can, like I said, we were talking about how we have a little campaign of everything else is just noise, you know, and really at the end of the day, it is like you want it to be quiet, but you got to be, you know, like this whole decibel reduction thing when you see in our industry and stuff, dude, whatever, man, like nobody knows.
It's
coming from a marketer, it's all marketing, right?
There's no science involved.
Is it freaking quiet, you know?
Yeah.
And this thing, when you shoot subsonic 300 blackout out of this thing, it is freaking hilarious, you know?
Yeah.
Like you can't help but smile. It is, like I said, so quiet. And but when we went in here, like you're trying to design, if you try to design a can that just does well on everything, right? You never do one thing great, you know? So like this can is very specifically done to make the best subsonic 300 blackout can and the best supersonic 308 can out there. Now it's 300 Win Mag rated, and yeah, you can shoot other stuff through it, but man, for like peak crazy performance.
So you can shoot on down with it, but
you can.
I mean, it's optimized for
right,
a handful of calibers, like
and you think like in the 30 cal lineup and stuff.
Yeah,
like, that's what I'm saying. Is like if you go any other can on the market with 300 blackout subsonic, man, I'm going to be picking this thing.
Well, that is a big marketing thing that, you know, one size fits all.
It is. And look at when you buy,
which isn't a bad thing necessarily, you know, but
new buyers, that's how they buy first.
The first one.
The first one. And you immediately are like, all right, I see the process now, understand it now. Like, then, I mean, you can look at it in statistics and stuff. Like they're going to buy more cans and they're going to buy more dedicated systems.
Yeah.
You know? And so, yeah, I mean, your first can, and they're always like, I could shoot everything through it. And they're like, 3-pound cans, and they're giant because they want them to be able to shoot a 338 Lapua mag through it all the way down to their 22 LR, Right. And I'm like, it's nice to have, but I'd probably like after you get that out of your system, man, you're coming and buying things for specific guns. Right.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's part of it. So
It's a paradigm shift. I mean, like the government mandates that we have mufflers on everything from our cars to our lawnmowers. This is the one thing where
let's not get into the government in the day.
Yeah, right.
It's a sore subject lately.
Even setting that aside, as a consumer, like once you experience shooting suppressed, especially shooting subsonic suppressed, like, man, it's been the way I've been able to involve my children in my passion.
Yeah.
Because the intimidation is gone. Suddenly it's just the fun, and it's allowed me to share my passion with my son and daughter, and shooting off the porch with the minifix with the trash panda is just remarkable fun. Not to mention, like, break out the Speakeasy, and it's just leveling everything up.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Well, we got the honey badger too. We might as well give it some love.
A staple here.
So as mentioned, I'm not talking in the microphone. Here we go. As mentioned, I got it. So this has been that's been a moneymaker right there, like you said. That's been a great gun for you guys. So, but we may see some improvement to it, as you say, huh?
And it's already in the 5.56 Honey Badger.
Okay.
So there's a Boombox, like, again, looks like an AR.
Yep.
It is not an AR. Again, this was designed to replace a subgun for a tier 1 unit who needed something lighter, quieter, and far harder hitting than shooting 9mm at people in body armor.
Yeah.
And that's, again, a systems approach. Kevin at the time presented a complete system. He presented the Honey Badger SD in slightly different format at the time, but looked very much similar, along with the silencer, along with the cartridge, 300 Blackout. Again, that is a true systems approach. And, it saw some limited real-world use. It also got into Call of Duty, and a generation of guys my age grew up playing the game, and then finally getting jobs where they could afford the real thing. And it's driven Q's commercial success in a very real way, and it's also helped us capture a new and different gun audience.
Was that the flagship gun for the company?
Well, in terms of, you could call it that. In terms of, people may not know Q or who Q is, or they associated with weird things. Yeah. But you say Honey Badger to your 8-year-old son, or any random like millennial, like they're gonna know what you're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's in that sense, it is a flagship, and it's driven our popularity, and it's driven our commercial success as well. And again, like those roots, I think that's one of the coolest things about Q. Like, this looks like a fancy range toy that you buy to show off with your friends and online. The reality is it's all form follows function, down to the colors you're seeing here. Those aren't colored. This is all clear anodized. And when you clear anodize 7075 aluminum, it turns this beautiful goldish hue. And when you clear anodize 6061 aluminum, it's going to be this grayish hue. And again, adding a pigment to that process, you end up with a weaker finish. Yeah. And when your intended end user is going to rattle can the whole thing, like, why do that?
Yeah.
You don't do that.
Right.
No, it's really cool. We talked about that last time.
Which the byproduct is giving it an iconic look.
Yep. Yes.
Oh,
that's easily recognizable in a sea of wall of black and FDE ARs. You automatically know if it's a Q rifle just by looking at it.
Absolutely. Symbol now.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's kind of, I remember when they first came out years ago, I was like, interesting, but then like, the more I looked at it, the more I was like, I like that. I like it. It just grows. And man, now it's like, I really desire it more than a traditional FDE and black gun.
If you look at this too, being one of our most popular guns, this gun comes like as you see it. This is a short barrel rifle with a can on it, right? You got 2 tax stamps on it. And it's one of our number 1 selling guns over the years. Like, people will go out and do the paperwork, the NFA, and pay $400 in taxes just to own this $3,500 gun.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how desirable it is.
That says a lot. Yeah, for sure.
You know, now with tax stamps going down to 0, like that makes this gun even more appealing.
Absolutely.
I think there was some discussion of that by the sales team this morning.
Yeah. So I think you see the writing on the wall for systems, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, if you're not having to pay all those taxes on it anymore, like now a complete system, like we've been pushing for years, like, buddy, that makes a whole lot more sense.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
You guys are definitely on the front edge of all that, innovation and stuff, and really getting short barrel guns out there. And what I like about the stuff too, even the stuff that you did like with the braces, it doesn't look like an afterthought.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we're going to put a brace on the gun. We're going to make a brace that's actually usable, functional. It's not going to look weird. I mean, it's just, it seems like from the muzzle to the butt, everything is just right got a cohesive, thing
That's
going
what
there.
happens when you have an all-star engineering team and you don't like put them in separate boxes and the silencer guy has never seen a gun and the gun guy's never seen a silencer.
Right.
Like it's the same all-star team and they're working together on everything, from the cartridge to the gun, to the silencer, to the accessories. Like try one of our kickstand bipods or our sling. Like
the sling is awesome.
Yeah, it sounds silly. Like we're a gun company telling you about our slings. Yeah, it's real.
Yeah.
And again,
got,
like
patented features on that, like attachment systems and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Right. Fixing problems.
But a lot of the
Novel
Alert
concept.
Q though is like, we make cool stuff, but the marketing on top of that, if you've ever like looked around at Q marketing, it is just on another level.
Yeah.
And it's fun. And that's what Kevin's always pushed. And,
I've already heard, Rob, we need better stickers. We need better, we need to be more like
Every
Q.
time the Q guys come and bring swag, the marketing department like, hey, how come our stuff isn't cool like that?
Like, this is pretty cool stuff. Some we probably can't get away with. But,
that's the point of like, people are scared to skirt that line.
Yeah.
And Q's always been out there and they do what we want and we can make the most serious guns out there. We don't have to be serious though in our marketing and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and it's created this weird cult following branding where like when we have drop culture, which, if you're like selling slings and thousands of them in 10 minutes, people ending up our $69 sling selling for $500 on eBay. Like consistently every day, you can pull it up right now. Like they sell too. There are bids that drive them up there.
Yeah.
I don't know why,
but we're still boys. We just grown some. Like we like our Legos and Pokemon cards, and these are some of the coolest Pokemon cards. Like those slings, and it's something interesting. I think we have something special going on. Truly,
absolutely, you guys, and you've been doing it a while. I mean, it's not a news flash exactly, but cool stuff keeps coming out. So, Jason, you got any final thoughts?
Yeah,
here?
man. The only thing I can tell you is I was in Africa at the end of May, and a bunch of the Q guys were there at the same time. We just happened to be there at the same time at the same place. And those guys were stacking a lot of animals, and they were doing it with some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of experimental stuff. So again, this is not just things that are cooked up and then, hey, let's go make a run and let the end user go figure it out. Yeah. They go do the hard work and figure it out and see what works, what doesn't work on their dime. And then so when you buy, you can buy with confidence that it's been run through the ringer. And look, those are some harsh conditions out there. It's dusty, it's dirty. It's a lot of I was looking at some of the guns, and stuff like that, and they weren't being babied. I mean, they had been in the field for a while. And some of those guns lived at that PH's, at Outfitter's place, and for other people to use. And it's funny, I was asking, they had a whole rack of different rifles and stuff. We were just kind of messing around at lunch one day. And they were saying when people come to rent guns who don't want to travel with their guns to Africa, inevitably, when they find out there's a Q fix,
they gravitate towards it.
That's the one that they want to hunt with.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of cool. And they had some really nice custom rifles in there.
Yeah.
But they said this Q fixed rifles get grabbed more than any of them.
It's funny when you look at Q and you go up there, like I say this, I feel like we're almost a bunch of misfits of the industry that all got together. When you walk around, look at the personalities there. Like cowboys and skater boys, and,
it's a mismatch.
Farmers, and it's so random when you walk through that facility over there. But our company rules of what we have is just like, don't suck and be yourself. And, like nobody's scared anywhere around there to speak about things or be themselves or dress the way they want or whatever, and it's a culture that we've built and it's fun. So you go there and like margarita machines, there's people riding a freaking scooter through the dang engineering place, and like, cool. Yeah, so it's created this cool culture, and that's
it's kind of everything that people I feel probably imagine it would be, really.
Yeah, it is. It's and it's what it has is attracted the best talent in the industry, right? People give up great careers and jobs with high paying and stuff to come like have fun.
How big's the staff now? About
over 100.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. It's crazy how quick it's growing.
Yeah,
like new faces every day, literally.
Yeah, even the last couple of years since the last that I talked to you, that's
I think we were around 60 at that time.
Yeah. That's a lot of growth, short amount of time. Yeah.
Yep, and it's still there. It's fun, man.
Yeah.
You go up there and like you can tell like people enjoy it, as it should be. We all got in this industry to shoot and hunt and all of this stuff, not to stand behind Excel documents and that's part of the job. We know we have to do it. You
don't do it all the time.
But it is. We always joke in our industry of like, we got into this and I shoot less now than ever. I was like, that shouldn't be the case, And but
that's true though.
It is like we prioritize making the best stuff and knowing that it's the best stuff and testing it and stuff like that over money. Really, we know that will come. We do the right things as a company. And we have fun and we create cool stuff, like that will come. If you push all that aside and focus on just making money all the time, like product sucks, and your consumer sees that after years. You may not see it initially, but man, over time your brand deteriorates and become a commodity.
Yeah, absolutely.
We want to go have fun. So
we'll send one of each down so Jason and I can go shoot. We'll deliver some great video content for you.
Yeah, I love it.
But no, really, thank you guys for stopping in here for a minute and
appreciate it
and chatting with us. And I'll tell you what, it's if you haven't been up close to any of these, you have to go to your local gun shop. You can check them out online, of course. Not quite as cool as they are in person. You can find Q. What's the social media? It can't be just Q, right? I mean, I've been on it. I just
I know, like, trying to search just the letter Q.
Yeah, right. You're right.
So website's Live Q or Die.
Right.
And then Instagram is going to be Unpossible.
That's right, Unpossible.
Yeah.
You knew that. Destiny, you knew that already, right? There you go. You're already on it. Thank you. Well, guys, thank you again. I really appreciate it. And good talk, huh?
Yeah, that was great.
Cool. Well, you can check out all the guns at LIPSEY'S.com, and you can find us at LIPSEY'S Guns on all the social media. And until next time, aim higher.